Okay. So what did I miss while I was getting some toast?
OBS died.
Crashing.
Okay.
And we're back.
So, Moon, is Arcane able to wake up?
Arcane can wake up whenever he wants to. There's been so much noise and sound around him that I've just like, you can just voluntarily wake up whenever.
I was kind of just sitting there going, okay, I don't want to interrupt anything. I'll just wait until my turn comes around.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I mean, if you want to just wake up and scream, "I'm pancake" or something, that is acceptable.
As you may notice, we interrupt each other a lot. Don't be afraid to interrupt.
He is a blueberry pancake.
She looks Nyota up and down and goes, from the singeing and burning smell, I'm going to assume ember?
Yep. Just, learning to coexist again. Really weird that this is something, and I take a moment to think back. Yeah, this is something I've had to do every single time. Guess the body remembers it better than I do.
Huh. Well, once you two figure out the whole coexistence thing, I think I might want to give it a shot with her. Just to make sure I stay close to your level, even though I'm well behind what you're capable of.
Hayes absentmindedly bandages Nyota's forehead.
They're not injured. They just need a good brush and maybe a bath.
Nah, that's fine. He'll be.
And at this point, Nyota is actually going to take a step away from Hayes. No, I'm fine.
Kathy. Hayes just. Oh, coffee.
I'm good with water for the time being.
Well, in the meantime, it looks like the second point from the files is less than a day's walk. Do we want to go there today, or wait till tomorrow?
I mean, I'm game for whatever we decide to do. At the end of the day, we still have... Well, I gesture over towards Arcane. We've got that to deal with, and we have a bunch of other things on our plate. I mean, when was the last time you actually took a look at your files?
She thinks about it.
No, none of that, right?
4 weeks ago. Is he awake now?
Single eye open, watching the entire room.
Oh, he's one of those paranoids who sleeps with an eye open.
No, I was in the process of waking up.
The fact that you managed to sleep through, and I gesture over to Pineapple and Mythic, that...
Who are still literally vibrating. Along with the bunny now.
I was going to say, you know those plates that you use to compact earth or something? At the moment, I imagine that they're like those at the minute.
No, I think they're more like those industrial paint shakers.
I have to agree with Avarna on that one. Like, if you've ever been to a Walmart and had paint mixed up for you, that those machines that shake it like that, yeah.
And then there's the guy who does white, white, blue, blue, red, and the guy who does white, white, blue, blue, red, and it's two completely different shades when they're done.
It was more than I pulled an all-nighter. Orange getting paranoid wasn't really helpful, so at least trying to be a bit protective. Reaches into coat, pull. I'm just gonna say use random and pull out a blueberry muffin and start munching on it. Perfectly intact.
Muffin pocket.
Muffin pocket.
Sun rises. He reaches in and pulls out a muffin. There's a small ping in your head. It's not that anything happens. It's not that anything really notices. It's more that your brain is just randomly detected. The opposite will happen periodically with Arcane, is it just random detected. There seems to be a very large concentration of random in this area.
So we've got 2 with random, 2 with pinky sense.
2 with Wild Wasteland.
Alright, so, well, I mean, he's half asleep. Do you just want to, like, take him with us?
I mean, that kind of counts as pony napping.
He seemed pretty determined yesterday.
I mean, we
And-
could give him some of the coffee we gave Mythic and Pineapple.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Hayes, giving drugs to people without consent is also bad. But correct me if I'm wrong. But didn't Scythe or what was your Griffin's friend name?
Blade.
Blade?
Yeah, it was
Glaive. Didn't Glaive say he was okay?
Yeah.
And once again, he's just and.
Also,
He shrugged off the scold.
slowly looks over at the kid, looks back. You gave her coffee.
What, the bunny? Yeah.
Blink, 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 blink.
It's not a bird. It's not a bird or a cat. It won't kill them.
No,
He's
the
really
fact
decent
that Ross
company.
is standing here is what I'm impressed by.
Coffee. It was the least coffee.
As you wake up, as you make your way over, as you make your eyes over to the rabbit, she looks at you, gives you a wave, and just, oh, cool, you're here, fantastic, I can stop existing now, and she just disappears.
Blink, blink, blink.
Arcane blinks a few times. Look, checks his forelegs for a moment. Blinks again. Looks
Yes.
back.
Yes, you saw that. It was an arcane construct.
Well, of course it was an arcane construct.
Meanwhile, I'm going to nope over to the pancakes for a little while.
No, I'm with my husband. Pancakes. Pancakes seem like something that, is a good thing right now.
The
Nopes
pancakes
over
are
to the
sa-
pancakes. Even grabs a
pancakes are
piece of
safe.
bacon.
The pancakes will, oh my god. The
And,
pancakes are
you're
safe.
right.
The pancakes will not hurt you. The bacon is delicious. It makes you want more. I need a D100 roll from you.
Miss doesn't eat meat ever.
Meanwhile, I'm going to grab a small cup of syrup, add some butter to it, let it warm up for a moment, wrap a slice of bacon in a
The
pancake,
army
and
of
just
Fiora has a new
gradually dunk
officer.
it and munch.
Welcome, son.
The
Bacon,
syrup,
bacon pancakes.
excellent. All right, to respond to that in order, the butter was freshly churned, the syrup is the real stuff, and they do have little cups that you can just grab and sit down with. The pancakes are light and fluffy and roll and dip quite well. gonna be 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna need to go downstairs and make some fucking pancakes.
This is your fault. I'm ordering pancakes.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go make pancakes in half an hour.
And you know what? I'm just going to continue eating until I'm satisfied and pay up for it later.
Cinder, do you want pancakes?
Fuck you, I've got pancakes.
Bacon pancakes, bacon pancakes.
Yep, gonna make some bacon and make some pancakes. Gonna eat some bacon pancakes. God damn it!
Oh, shit, I think I have bacon and pancake mix.
As we're all just like, hey, we're hungry now. I'm sorry, everyone.
Hey, Arcane, the files are on the table in front of Chifundo.
Oh yes, and as you kind of come to and look, there is a Chifundo reading over a couple of the files.
Well, one in particular.
No, that's fair.
Slowly leans over. Kind of like whenever you're sitting in the booth and you kind of lean out of the booth to try to get a better look across the room.
There's just a picture. There's just a martini marker light file opened up and spread out on the table.
How do you know Martini?
I feel like I should ask the same thing.
Raises an eyebrow.
Yay!
Grabs the file and opens it.
I mean, it's already open.
Starts
It's
reading
already open and
intently.
spread.
So much
and
black
spread
ink.
across the table.
So much black ink.
Looks at Pink. Pink, can you see through the black ink?
Fuck.
Okay. I can read through a little bit of the black ink, but unfortunately, my powers are limited by the scope of narrative device. That means I can't see through the redacted ink. I'm sorry, Sunrise, I failed you. Although I can tell, she points to one of the spots. That piece of ink was redacted differently than the rest of these. I still can't see what's underneath it, but someone individually marked that line out with a Sharpie.
Chifundo will turn to Sunrise. His KIA was being put into the box. And he'll gesture towards the tarot cards that are on the table.
Interesting. Yes. I understand. Yep. 19, shut up! Yep. Got it.
Blinks at Sunrise a few times.
Already knew that. Definitely knew that. He told us that part. Yep. That's accurate.
Do you want me to just dump the file to Sunrise that you gave me?
And then it just goes to one of the parts, and it's just proficient with explosives.
Blinks a few times. This part's about me.
No. Very specifically mentions the marker light was trained with explosives.
Does it say anything about power armor training?
Blinks a few times and goes, that can't possibly be correct. He literally hit himself and me with hand grenades unless he was doing that on purpose.
There is a definite...
You jumped on your own hand grenade once because you threw it wrong.
Listen, little miss plasma bomb to the chest. There would have been a mention there of some basic training with Pegasus grade power armor, but that would have been more just around the time of, all right, and we don't know what's going on anymore, so everyone is going to get a decently bit more training.
Tear gas incident that you did on purpose.
Looks up at Arcane. So why do you have this file?
It's part of the agency's collection.
Gonna have to get a little more specific than that.
Arcane is getting a distinct level of side-eye from me.
Yeah, give me a second. I need to scroll all the way down.
I mean, all of us here have varying, except for those two, have varying degrees of interaction with marker light. None of them have been the happiest.
We'll angrily look at Sunrise for that one.
Okay, yes, we've had some happy times. Sorry, Chifundo. I'm just waking up. I forgot.
Bit of a side eye for Mythic over there at that table.
Just
But
got hit with a bitch plea from the pink zebra.
And acquiesced because she likes the pink one.
I know, it was just funny.
Wow, Sunrise got put in her place.
I mean,
So,
if it had to be. If it had to be fuck, marry, kill, I married the one I wanted to. I haven't fucked the one I want yet, and I didn't get to kill the one I wanted to. So, you know, I'm only 1/3 happy.
wow.
That was in character.
So, Chifundo will look to MT. Do you have any more files where there's information redacted like this, and he'll point to the KIA information?
Player looks to the GM.
At the commentary of Fuck, Mary Kill, Nyota's turned the side eye on Sunrise.
Hayes continues to eat his breakfast.
Pineapple turns the side eye on someone randomly in the background. He's just like, I want to be involved.
The muffin is looking confused at Pineapple.
You know, folks, this is starting to remind me of the Hateful Eight.
The muffin doesn't know what it did to piss off the pretty unicorn?
Suddenly, I'm reminded of the scene from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Janet. You know, the one where they're just
Janet,
like, Janet,
Frank,
Lester.
Dr. Scott, Rocky.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then every time Frankenfurter yells Rocky, the entire cast would shout back, Bullwinkle!
I mean, is that any worse than the moment where they're like, what's for dinner? It's meatloaf.
Aww. It's nutritious. It's delicious. It's nutritious. It's delicious. It's vegan. It's gluten-free. It's steam!
So, Moon?
Yep.
Is there, more, files potentially, or is this the part where we have to take a trip to the office?
There's a definite... I mean, you have more files on you. I assumed that you grabbed as many as you could fit into a briefcase and just hoped. Making sure you grabbed the important ones and then grabbing a handful of ones related.
The files are in the office. It's a parallel.
Say that again?
Hang on, I'm going to DM you this because it's going to be a lot easier.
He is much like me. Good at actually typing things out. Bad with words.
That's fine.
mood.
Oh, that. Right, I forgot. You did your homework like a good lad. Yeah, that's fine. That's yes. That is yes.
You bet I did that homework, and I'm doing it twice.
I'm so proud of you. Thank you for actually doing the required reading before the class.
I mean, I'm already doing it again, and I'm having a blast doing it.
It's a great game, isn't it? Anyway.
I mean, it's definitely not like I've. No, okay, I'm rambling now. Yeah. I'd probably have to check and see, but there might be more. However, he then proceeds to give everyone a good solid glance. What was he to you?
A random guy on the radio.
Yeah, I had a chat with him a little bit. He's nice.
That's a difficult one.
A misunderstood friend who betrayed us.
Slow hyper raise.
Wait, that's pretty good, right, Jafunda?
Yeah. He walked with us for a while, and he made some bad choices and wound up betraying us. I suspect he didn't intend to, but the result was the same. So we had to tell him to walk a different direction to us.
More like we had to send him somewhere where he would, hopefully not cause any more problems and someone we can trust can look over him.
And I am going to stay notably silent on that issue.
Looks over at Nyona. I know your opinion. I respect it. I admit that I probably should have taken you up on it at some point.
Hmm?
What? Part of me thinks you were a little right. Or maybe completely right. I don't know anymore.
More the... I think I probably could have handled myself a little bit better.
No, I do admit the door thing, you know, looking back on it, is hilarious.
Let's just say there was a lot of lessons for all of us to learn out of it.
All right.
But,
I guess you can call me out for
yeah,
a lit. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
but yeah, in terms of what's in that file, you can kind of ignore the killed in action. He's still alive. In a fashion.
What all do we want to tell him exactly? I feel like if we say too much, Mythic Pineapple or him or Hayes are going to have a psychotic episode.
No, we'll just keep it to that for now. It explains what needs to be said.
Well,
Martini was a brash, bullheaded, oftentimes self-centered, and a little bit of an asshole. Then again, it takes one to know one.
well, what? I mean, I'll agree with you being on bullheaded, a little bit impulsive. Sometimes didn't think things through, but he was still loyal.
He also was never intelligent enough
Wait.
to. He also was
Hold on.
not quite. He was intelligent enough to know that he knew something, but never quite smart enough to know when he was wrong.
Wait, you sound like you know or knew him?
Call me out for going on a limb here, but does the name Backlash mean anything to any of you?
Not I.
shakes his head.
Nope.
Actually, Chifundo would know that one.
Not a bit.
Sorry, hold on a second. Why would Chifundo know that one?
Because Martini actually explained who she was.
Oh, is that the Pegasus you were with?
No, that was a lot longer in the past. I'll DM it.
In that case, hold on one moment.
Yeah, I'll be right back while he's typing that out.
It's been 3 weeks. I apologize for some of the wrenches in the gears.
Just don't be surprised if I end up disappearing in about 15 minutes.
Understandable. I'm going to likely end it around the time that you disappear. Because that'll be close to the end time anyways.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so, yeah, Chifundo will. Sorry, I've got to retcon that. Yeah, Chifundo would say that he's vaguely aware of the name. And he'll also say that it's curious that Arcane knows both.
You're gonna have to repeat that.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, no, retcon there, MT. Chifundo would hold up a hoof and say, yeah, he's vaguely aware of that name and kind of a bit confused as to how Arcane would know.
Arcane would pause. Is anyone currently holding the files?
I think
Sunrise
Sunrise.
has Marker Light's files.
Arcane will look over to Sunrise holding the files and gently kind of makes that "can I have it back" kind of motion.
He looks him up and down. I don't know, can you?
Sunrise, be nice. They are his files, after all.
Okay, fair. She hands him all the paperwork back and looks at Nyota like, I can't believe I've been scolded by both zebras in the room in 5 minutes.
Well, maybe if you weren't always being a brat.
And, you know, at the clear look of disconcertion, you have been kind of a bitch this morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow!
You know what?
Damn,
You know
all
what?
right.
That's entirely fair. I'm still not quite awake yet, and 19 won't stop yelling in my ear.
Tell 19 to go stuff it up her ass, then. She's apparently very good at it. Drink more coffee. Let's hear him out.
She
Actually, I
motions
just-
so she motions to Arcane. Proceed.
Arcane will simply pause, put up the files, tuck it back away into his coat. Moon, is there a set of stairs leading up to a second floor?
I
Yeah,
have
there's
to point
there's
out-
an upstairs.
I did a dumb and realized something. Martini actually explained this to everyone in the party.
What?
Yeah, everyone actually should know who Backlash is, aside from the recent additions.
You honestly think that Nyota was paying attention?
No, but it's the thought that counts.
Anyway, second floor.
Yes, there is a second floor.
Give me a moment. I need to.
Yes, you can do the thing. I know what you're talking about. Yes, you can do the
I
thing.
know. I'm making the roll real quick.
Oh, okay. I heard typing. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I was typing it in. 93.
Are we gonna have the Maury Povich moment?
The what?
God damn it!
Jafunda, if you don't mind. He'll start making his way over to the staircase. However, he will pause and lift up his coat, basically kind of in a I'm not carrying any weapons, I'm not about to shoot him kind of way.
You don't understand how our group works, do you?
No.
We're basically family. I mean, at least Sunrise, Jafundo, and I are.
Mythic's kind of getting there. Give him, 3 months and a siege or 4.
Flattering.
I mean, do you guys want to hear him out on this, or?
Yeah.
I mean, better we all hear it instead of just having to wonder like with Martini.
Okay.
Alright. Suppose that's fair. He will return back to the table and take a quiet seat.
We'll resume his seat.
Well, actually, yes, I know I can do that move. Yeah, actually, okay, fine, we'll do it this way. Instead of returning to the table, Arcane will proceed to walk to the nearest wall. And open door and step through.
Did
He'll look back from inside the doorway and kind of make it kind of gesture in a so are you coming?
you said walk up to a wall.
Walk up to a wall and open a door.
There's no door there.
There is now.
There is now.
She pauses for a minute, blinks a few times,
Okay.
and points at the chair in front of her.
Sunrise.
Can I do roll like arcane for this?
Walk through that door, and
Yeah, I was
going
gonna
to
say that's
Twilight
the
Zone.
sound of arcane damage.
Arcane just dealt arcane damage.
Yes, he did.
We'll walk up to Sunrise and whisper into her ear. You cast bonds of friendship.
Yeah, he's sitting in the chair in front of us when we're talking right here.
Haze just lights up.
There's just a side eye from the woman in the kitchen, but she just ignores it because you're not in her kitchen.
You know what? If it's something he can't tell us and he has to show us, and he's got the door right there, apparently, what's the harm?
Jafundo will nod and walk towards the door.
Give me a moment. I need to find the piece because this will help me describe this a whole lot easier.
If it'll help Sunrise, I could always just carry on my back.
Because I realize that this is going to explain things about as easy as it comes. So, past the room is not outside. Instead, it's a kind of a bit of a library with a large fireplace. I reposted the picture of Twitty in front of the fireplace because I believe that that is probably the best image to describe.
That's
kind of
probably the actual room.
I believe it.
Screw it. Screw it as canon now.
But he's not in there, though. Not yet.
All right, so
There's a couple of big fancy chairs, and there's a nice table with a plate of cookies, and let me do the mental math. Let's go with 8 cups of milk.
So a half gallon.
So are you casting magic or are you bending reality? I actually need to know which one, because otherwise Pink is going to have a conniption fit and stop containing 19.
I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know.
That's why I asked if I could roll arcane magic.
Not a word.
No, she's asking arcade. I actually need to know, because if I don't, then I'm going to have to deal with angry pink horse in my head, and that is not a fun place.
Arcane simply gives a soft smile. A little bit of both.
That's
avoiding... Out of character, I'm not lying. I'm assuming it's a bit of both.
That is avoiding an answer.
Yes and no, but it's a little bit of both. Unfortunately, it is a little bit of both. I hate that he is technically correct.
The best kind of correct.
James. Sunrise, do you need a bit of help?
No, I just need to give Pink. He's technically doing both,
So, okay.
He just kind of walks in.
Bring me up to the door. I need to boop it.
Like I said, Hayes is willing to go up to the door, opens it, walks inside, sits in one of the comfy chairs.
It's a really comfy chair.
Huh. I don't think we had chairs this nice at Tempony. This is a really nice chair.
Yeah, these are properly upholstered and everything. The springs on the chair are fresh.
You could make a killing selling chairs like these.
It has a rigidity without feeling like you're sitting on a foam rock.
We'll look to Arcane. If you stick around with us long enough, we'll explain it. There's a few quirks with our group which need easing into.
Look, he can use magic by a slight bend in reality in order to make a...
No, I was talking to Arcane about his confusion about the mentions of Pink.
Yeah.
No. She's talking to Chifundo. Look, if he can make this room his own and have easy access to it through what I can only assume is a targeted version of a teleport spell of some sort, then I'm reasonably sure he's probably prepared for just about anything we can throw at him. However, Pineapple, on the other hand, I would not be surprised if he were a crying mess in 5 minutes.
Still, we've learned lessons from Martini.
True. We have definitely learned lessons from Martini.
There's a bit of indignant flailing coming from Pineapple, but after a moment, he just sits down and looks to you in resignation. I mean, you're kind of right, but only a little bit right. But I also have this armor.
Pineapple. She gives Pineapple a hug. She doesn't say anything. She just gives him a hug.
Pineapple gives her a hug back.
And then she whispers in his ear, "Pineapple, hun, trust me, I nearly lost my mind about 3 times so far. You're doing better than me."
Pineapple attempts to whisper something in your ear, but it comes out as a single syllable because he is still riding that caffeine wave.
It has the rough approximation of a sine wave at 50 kilohertz.
The pineapple just quietly whispers back, Happy New Year. But
Anyway,
smiles sweetly. It was very kind words, whatever it was.
Tight.
Anyway, I believe Pink is wanting to boop the entrance.
The tail has formed itself into a snoot.
Go ahead, Pink.
The tail kind of probes at the door a little bit, boops it a couple of times, boops the hinges. The tail unforms into a snoot. Okay, no, yeah, that's magic. That is hardened arcane magic, and I am very confused, but it's not how I do or how we do. It's something different, but I'm not really sure how. Science? No. I wish Twilight was here. She knew these things a lot better than I did.
Do not like the science. Out of character.
No, these are fine. You're safe to go in there. If something happens, just find a lamp pole and walk behind it, and we can get you out of there. We will get you out of there the Philly Scout method if need be.
Folding reality with drugs?
No. Just folding reality with Warner Brothers physics. I need to hide perfectly, so I'm going to sneak behind a lamppost.
Rather than a conspicuously shaped lamp?
Sighs, looks at Pink. You know, I've seen you hide behind my status bar on my HUD.
Listen, don't...
Anyway, I believe Arcane was about to offer us an explanation.
He just takes a seat while they're all discussing things, though. This constant mention of Pink seems interesting, plus the hiding behind the HUD. Well, considering y'all knew him, though it does seem like Chifundo over there seems to know most, considering that most of y'all were referring to him for information.
We spent time together.
Raises hoof, thinks for a few seconds, and has an obvious case of, oh, on his face. Like I probably should have put that together faster.
Everyone's a little Chifundo curious.
And that would seal the deal.
A little?
Looks at Nyota. I would not be surprised if in a drunken, drug-induced haze, the two of you were making out without realizing it.
You quietly hear Pink in the back of your head. Listen, if I still had a physical body.
Implying that I'd need to be drunk.
So you
Agreed.
knew Markolite?
Fairly certain I have not had any interest in the zebra, but then I don't really have much interest in anything.
Yeah, I mean, I knew him pretty well. I mean, considering I've been chasing him across the wasteland since. Flicks open file, checks a few numbers, blinks. Alright, that's a lot longer than I thought it was. Closes folder, shoves it back into his coat. A lot longer than what I ever would have thought it was.
Okay, why are you looking for him?
Well, how recent did you know him?
A week.
Sort of a few weeks. No, it's been longer than a week. But I know it's not been a month.
Now I've got a fair bit longer on you.
No, sorry, were you asking